G'day everybody and welcome to another video from chroniclechamber.com. Hope everyone is keeping well in today's climate. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a 10-minute recap of the 22nd Phantom Saga. So let's get straight into it. So with Frew issues are 1792, 1793 and 1794. Now we're doing this because the next Frew issue is the next part after 3 years. Yes, Sweden published these first 3 stories in 2016 and Australia in 2017. There is 4 parts published in Sweden in 2019 and hopefully we'll get the 4 parts in continuous order in 2020. So let's get into number 1. So this is Paul Ryan's last Phantom End story, and we get, which after his sad passing, we get a beautiful artwork as per normal. Second part, we get Alex Suviak, and everyone loves Alex, and there's a lot of reason why. Third part, we get Raphael Rios and Carol Martinez. This is Carol's first inking job with Raphael, and it is pretty good. You can find out about her on our website. Claes Remifi created all 3 stories. He also created the 4 stories that we're seeing soon. And Janice Auden is the artist for 4. In my opinion, it makes sense that the same artist continues this saga. Hopefully Janice creates the next parts as well, and hopefully we don't have to wait another 3 years. Now let's get into the stories. Recap. Part 1. The Phantom is missing. He's been missing for over a year. The twins don't like each other. They both behave like brats. Age obviously has not solved that problem. They end up with the part saying that they can't work together and they just really need a good old smack or to be sent back to their bedrooms. Part 2. We have the focus on Kit, basically insecure. Not really impressed with the way Claes Remifi has depicted Kit and or Heloise in these parts, but let's touch upon that later. We find Hero. What has happened to the Phantom? We don't see Hero, we don't see Devil, we don't see Diana, and some other characters as well. Okay, so Kit finally shows something after not showing much in the first 1.5 parts. Heloise and Kit also sort of start working together. Old Man Moz has his own little battles and becomes blind. The Jungle Patrol have also their own battles, and I think all of these are kind of interlinked. Now we also see the Bababua tribe. Never seen them before, but however I think they are key. The third part, which is this story here, it is very full on. You got to read it a couple of times to kind of understand it, or you can watch this video, of course. So we learn that Bengalla has a major earthquake, a tsunami, which destroys Morristown, the presidential palace, and General Bababua, that old chestnut, comes back up. He takes control and the international airport is closed, etc, etc. That was a couple of years prior. Then we've got the Phantom who's missing as well. For over a year. In part 1, the twins are still at school while the Phantom is missing. Not sure about that. Okay, so we find out that Old Man Moz is blind after his battle with Chokogan. We find out about him in issue 1506 and 1507. Now, the best thing about the concept of having 2 Phantoms is that they can do 2 battles at once. So we see the first example of that. We see Wurubu battling with Lubanga, who, like Bababua, is back again. So we have Heloise, who fights Shogun, who turns out to be Lubanga. Get your head around that if you can. Kit has the more diplomatic job and tries to works out the piece with the golden ox. They both succeed, but it's not very what's the word? It doesn't fill you with much confidence, unfortunately. However, they do get the job done, and that is the main key. Alright, so we also find out that the reason that Bengalla is destroyed is because of the 21st Phantom. Poor old 21st Phantom. Everything seems to be his fault. So basically, back in 1997, when he was battling Lubanga, he destroyed some metal rods, which apparently caused earthquakes and stuff like that. Apparently, he didn't destroy it, he just delayed the effects. So, poor old Phantom gets blamed for that as well. Now, where does this all fit with the universe? That is a very important question. People like sense and order, including me, and some people don't like stories that mess up with the universe. So let's go through it. In this, Kit and Heloise are at the same school. In the newspaper stories, Heloise is currently home and Kit is in the Himalayas. However, this says in the future. So that can still work in the sense that maybe after Kit has finished with the Himalayas, he comes back and helps Heloise get back into school by going to the same school. That makes sense. Now, there is no time frame on how far in the future. Part 3 says a few years. Is this 2, 3, 5, or even 10 years? We don't know. It will be interesting to see if we get some clues about that in the next parts. Okay, in no place, at least in the Frew version, and I'm led to believe in the Team Phantom Man version as well, that this says this is a what-if story. There is no dream sequence like Year 1, which was back in the mid-2000s. This is a story or a saga that happens in the future. Get your head around that. We've all watched Back to the Future. I'm sure we understand that you can have 2 timelines going at the same time. Arrow, the TV series that is done by DC, also has 2 different timelines. They have the past and then also the future in the last couple of seasons. It can work, and as long as the creators figure out and map out what they're doing in today's stories, it can work. I.e., in late 2019, Team Phantom Man reintroduced Lubanga as president. Part 3, Bababua is president. We have not seen Lubanga in the first 3 parts. Maybe we will see him in the future. And let's quickly, Kit comes out of this looking the least likely to be the Phantom. In the newspaper stories, he has made great strides in actually looking like a half-decent Phantom. So far, Close Remofi has not done a very good job at that. Okay, what is next? Since this story was created in 2016, 2017, there has been a few other developments, i.e. Lubanga becoming president again, which we've already touched upon, but also the 21st Phantom may, let me stress the word may, be the father of Sandal Singh's son. So, if he is the father, which that is another discussion, I wonder if he will make an appearance in the next parts. If he does make an appearance, that could be a clue on how long in the future this could be. I.e., if he is around the age of 10 to 13, that gives you a clue that this is in the future 10 to 13 years time. If he is, say, 2 or 3, it could be 1 to 2 or 3 years. You get the drift. So that could be key. Diana, we don't see Diana. How old does Diana look? That could also be key. Garan, he just looks old and fat, so we can't really judge the timeline on that. Now, what happened to Lubanga as he entered his separate stint as president, which we talked about before? So, will we see him in the next part? Time will only tell. Now, does Close Remofi finally make Kit and Heloise actually behave like a hero? Now, I understand that this is, people, they are human, but they have been training for this their whole life. So you would think that they will put away their childish behavior, and they're 16 in the current timeline. So if this is 5 years down the track, 21. Now, 21, most people, well, used to be, most people are looking at getting married, they've got mortgages and they've got full-time jobs, and they can be responsible. I'm sure someone who's been trained for their whole life in the jungle to take over the role of the Phantom should also be a little bit more mature than what they are currently shown. Now, a couple of other things. Will Frew print the next 4 parts in sequential order? We are led to believe that that answer could well be yes. Will Frew do something special with the covers? In 2017, sorry, we had the triptych covers by Jamie Johnson. Will we get something special as well? And then lastly, do we have to wait another 3 years for the next parts? Let's hope that is not the case. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, I would like to see 2 to 4 parts every year, and that will be nice. And then we can play around with this whole timeline and this in the future sequence a little bit more. So hopefully watching this video, 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes by the time I finish, will give you a bit of an idea of what we may be able to expect, give you a recap of the 3 parts so you do not have to hunt down the issues in your collection. Or if you are a new fan, I would recommend getting them out, but this video would be able to help you give a bit of a recap. So until next time, stay safe, and as always, happy phantoming.